Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Episode 9, Season 4 of the Joffice. We just got finished with UFS Worlds here in Las Vegas, and we'd like to say thank you all for coming out and participating in the World Championships, and congratulations to Tim Keefe for becoming a two-time back-to-back World Champion. That's awesome. I already know that the players are starting to call him Timmy Two Belts, so that's really cool that we have a back-to-back World Champion. Also, shout-outs to UFSU. Welcome to Bebop. That's the team World Champions. We have Chris Nixon, Dylan Bauman, and Richard Svoboda. Congrats to you guys for taking home your first Teams World Championship. Other cool things we did over the World Championships. We gave out new promo foil character cards from Red Horizon and Bebop and Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. So if you weren't there, be sure to check those out, see if you can trade some of those cool new character cards. Brian Harris is our bingo winner. He got to take home an entire uncut foil sheet of promos. We had other cool side events like the Vincent Gray Ball Toss where you could play to win some boxes and some other cool prizes. Gave out some Dex Protection stuff. So thanks to Dex Protection for always providing awesome prize support for our events. But overall, we had a great time. We're glad you all could come out. That was our UFS World Championships. In other news, the Vegas Golden Knights have advanced to the conference finals. So we're going to be playing against either the Jets or the Predators. They're going to Game 7 right now. So the winner of that takes on the Golden Knights. And on that note, because the Golden Knights beat the San Jose Sharks, Alex Marco owes me $5. So be sure to look out for that $5 when it comes in the mail or whatever. I'll be sure to put it on the next Joffice. And in final news, our Kickstarter for the Street Fighter miniatures game has ended. We're going to have Luke's section talking about how to late pledge if you missed that project. So stay tuned to this week's episode of the Joffice.
How's it going, everybody? The Kickstarter just ended. That's a great thing. We've raised over $2 million. That's amazing. But some of you want to know, hey, Luke, I just missed this amazing project, or hey, I want to add on that map pack I heard so much about. Well, don't worry. We have this thing called the Pledge Manager, and it's coming out very soon. It probably is already out by the time we finish this recording. So by the time you see this, it should be out. Basically, you go to this Pledge Manager, and you can select your current pledge level. So if you already pledged $140 for the Street Fighter level pledge, you select that, and you hit OK, and it's like, yes, we got it. That's what you selected. And then you have an option in the next screen to select additional add-ons that you want. So if you pledged $180, you select the Street Fighter, and then you select one of the add-on packs you wanted, then you're good to go. The next section will ask you, hey, here's some, let's get that shipping information in there. And then I'll get that shipping information in there just fine. Say you pledged $140 and you decided, you know what, I really wanted Sea Viper. So you go in, you select your $140 pledge level at Street Fighter, then you select the Sea Viper add-on pack, and it'll then charge you that additional $40, that the difference between what you pledged and what you selected. So it's very simple, very easy to do. We'll collect your shipping information there as well, and it's all going to be great.
Hey everybody, Samantha here from Jasco Games, and I will be taking signups from Premier Stores for a sneak peek of a Mortal Kombat card. If you are interested in a Mortal Kombat preview event, go ahead and email me at samantha@jascogames.com.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Joffice and the Art Corner. Today I wanted to show you guys some foils. Ta-da! In addition to that, I had some questions at Worlds about Mortal Kombat playmats. We can't start doing those until the set releases, but once the set releases, we will have many options. I'd say right around 189 of them that we can put onto playmats, depending on if they can fit on that horizontal space. If you do want a vertical mat, let me know. And if you guys want a mat for something else, or you want to see the Cowboy Bebop images that we now have available, let me know at jt@jascogames.com.
Hey everybody, we're here with a very special episode of the UFS Corner. We wanted to talk about some aftermath of UFS Worlds and some cards and characters that people were playing and not playing, and some just things of the meta from the most recent tournament that we just had. So Shane's going to take over and show a little bit of his reflection on this most recent tournament.
So what I found out with Worlds is that a lot of players thought it was the Bebop or Bust format. And while some parts of that may seem true because the Bebop characters are very powerful, there's still a handful of characters that just nobody played at the tournament. And to name a few, there's like Base, there's Heidi. I actually played a Heidi deck for the final boss fight and some pickup matches, and I didn't lose a single game throughout the entire weekend. Felicia, did we say Felicia?
Nope.
There's Athena. Nobody registered Athena. Turbo Man. Like, those are just a handful of characters, to name a few, who nobody showed up with at the World Championships. So just on another note, the Heidi deck that I played that went undefeated throughout the weekend, like 100% of the people who came up to me and talked about Heidi were like, do you just accept your Bang fate? Like, doesn't Bang just like kill you? And the answer is no, it doesn't. Heidi doesn't care about Bang. But the reason why people think this is because if you play Bang against Heidi, she has to lose all of her attached mechs. But the counter to that is you just play all 5 in one turn, which is what I was doing. Every game I won, I played all 5 of her Kriegers in the same turn, and my opponent just couldn't interact with me. They didn't have anything. In the Spike deck in the team's boss fight, he had a Cage Fighter, you know, to reduce my check by 1, but that was it. Like, there's no way to interact with that, and you know, I 2-0'd the Spike deck in team's
He was running 4 bangs in that deck, by the way.
Oh, he played 2 main board. He sided in 2 more bangs for 4 bangs total, and it just did not hurt me. And it just confuses me why everybody, the entire UFS community, even world champions like Garrett Brett, came up to me and they're like, don't you just lose against Bang? And when in reality, Heidi just doesn't care about Bang.
So on another note, obviously we talked about some of the characters that didn't show up at all for Worlds, which is fine. There are a few things I do want to address also in this Cowboy Bebop format. And then sorry for the printer going off in the back. We're printing some deck lists for a PTC. But, and we ran out of paper. But anyway, on that note, so the design philosophy, as you can tell, we're not necessarily doing any kind of power creep from set to set. What we are doing is we're making sure that every character is viable in tournament play. So you can definitely tell that in Cowboy Bebop. In fact, all of the Cowboy Bebop cast was in top 8. Not even top 16, it was in top 8. The entire
Except for Twinkle
cast.
Murdoch, but she was banned.
And she was banned. So, and she had a very good chance of top 8 or top 16.
Just
as well.
to interrupt here, we all universally agreed in the office that Asimov and Katarina was the weakest Bebop character, yet they got second place at the World Championships.
Yeah. So it just shows you kind of how our design philosophy is working. This is actually what we're trying to do, and this started with Platinum. So a lot of the Platinum characters are also very powerful and did extremely well this tournament. Now this doesn't say that like these other characters we mentioned are not good anymore. So, you know, Felicia, Athena, Base, Turbo Man, Heidi, a handful of other characters, a lot of characters that actually did see play this weekend. They're all still really good. But the format right now, we're not power creeping attacks, we're not power creeping foundations. These are going to always be cards that, you know, they're going to be good in the format. There's always going to be good attacks, there's always going to be good foundations. The characters, however, this is the center point of your deck. So if you have a favorite character and you play your character in a tournament and it doesn't perform well just because it isn't good enough, it's just not up to the bar of the other competitive decks, you're not going to want to play your favorite character. So as a UFS player and as a fan of the franchises that are in UFS, we want you to be able to play your favorite character and actually perform well with them, if possible. Now, sometimes things will sneak through the cracks. Maybe some things won't be as good. Maybe some things are too good and they end up getting banned. And usually we only ban things because of non-player interaction. If you have a card or a character that just takes you out of the game, that's when we're really looking at banning a card. Power level usually isn't going to affect a banned thing unless it's just degenerate to the format. And when it's degenerate, it usually means your opponent can't do anything to play the game. So that's another thing I wanted to address on. We actually are going in this direction. As you can see from the Mortal Kombat characters, we're extremely excited about those as well. I think with Mortal Kombat, Bebop, and Platinum in the standard environment and the turbo environment, we have a lot of really cool dynamic decks. And please don't forget about the top tier older characters as well.
I was just about to talk about the Mortal Kombat characters. As we passed them out throughout the weekend, I was just going around and taking feedback, and everyone was like, oh, these Mortal Kombat characters, every one of them seems interesting. So I really do think we have hit the design philosophy on the head. And moving forward, if we have 10 sets where all the characters look this successful, then we're going to have an amazing UFS format.
Yeah, imagine the meta when you have 160 tournament playable characters.
Super playable characters, yeah.
If that's the case, I mean, I'm excited. We're really excited. We're so excited to the fact that we are actually going to start playing and recording games within the Joffice. So you can stay tuned to that soon as well. We're going to be building custom decks based on different suggestions for different weeks and things like that. But we want to show off some of the cool deck design ideas that the community's had, that the Jasco staff internally have had. Maybe show off some new cards that aren't even out yet. Maybe we'll play some tournaments at some point with cards that aren't released, so you can get a sneak peek that way. It's kind of like doing a preview of cards in a special way. So you get to see not only the preview of the card, but how it actually interacts with other cards in the future. So stay tuned to those. We're going to be doing a lot more UFS content very soon. Is there anything else we want to say on this UFS Corner?
I think that's it.
I think we covered it. We are very happy that you guys all showed up to Worlds, and we're looking forward to Nationals this year. And be sure to come up to your next PTCs coming up soon.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another Suggestion Box Corner. Now, I touched on this first suggestion a little bit in UFS Corner, but I'm going to go ahead and read this one out. So we have question number 1. Would you ever showcase my own or your own deck or your Jasco members' current decks? To answer that, absolutely, we will be doing that soon. We're going to be building a lot of cool new decks for different formats and different things, and we'll not only be showcasing the decks and the deck lists, but we hope to bring you some video content of us playing those decks as well. Question 2. And so more importantly, are there any plans to release a new version of Vespera and the Angels, seeing as they appeared in cards for Blood Omen? So this is another thing we definitely want to start bringing out. We're going to be doing new promos pretty soon, and we hope to have the entire Red Horizon cast in Standard at all times soon. So you can definitely look forward to seeing a new Vespera and a new Angels character coming shortly. I can't say exactly when, but I would say it'll probably be before the end of the year. So that's it for this week's Suggestion Box Corner. Thank you guys all for watching the Joffice and gals, and we'll see you next week.
How's it going, everybody?
Hold up.
What?
This isn't gonna work.
Wow. It is so sugary. I love plain Special K. Every once in a while I like a banana or some strawberries.